Welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we are going, going to dive into machine learning, and especially we are starting the new series in the deep learning, and we'll be building an image classifier using the Fashion MNIST dataset. We'll be using TensorFlow's Sequential API to create our neural network model step by step. And don't worry if you're new to this, I will walk you through everything you need to know. And we'll be working with the Fashion MNIST dataset, which contains 60,000 images of fashion items like shoes, shirt, and bags. So our goal is to train a model that can correctly classify these items based on the images. All right, without further ado, let's jump into the code. So I'll be using the uh, Google Colab for this, and it comes with the pre-installation of TensorFlow, so you don't have to install the TensorFlow. Next, let's import some necessary libraries. So I will run this cell. So here we are importing the TensorFlow, the layer, and the model API from Keras. And Matplotlib for visualization, the image, all we need for this project. Next, let's load the Fashion MNIST dataset. So TensorFlow makes this super easy build because it's a built-in right into the library. Let me run this. So this command will automatically download and load the dataset for us. Splitting into training and test data, we need to run this cell. Each image in the dataset is 28 multiplied by 28 pixel in a grayscale. So we'll need to normalize these images so that they have the value between 0 and 1. So for normalization, I will run this cell. Now our image is ready for training. And before we jump into building the model, let's visualize some of the images to get a sense of what we are working with. So to visualize, I'm running this loop, and it's visualize the first 5 images in the training data set. So this code, as you can see, is displaying the first 5 images in the training sets. You will see the corresponding labels as well, right? So label 9 is the shoe, which represents the fashion category each image belongs to. All right, now let's move into building the model. Now we have our data ready. Let's move to the fun part, right? Building our model using the Sequential API. The Sequential API is a great for beginners because it's allow you to build a neural networks layer by layer in a straightforward way. So here how we can define our model. So let me go through, let's break this down. So first is the flattened layer, right? This one. So this layer converts 28 multiplied by 28 image into 1D array of 784 pixels, making it ready for the fully connected layers. Next is the dense. So this is fully connected layer with 128 neurons. And we are using the ReLU activation function to introduce a non-linearity to the model. Next is the dropout. So dropout is the regularization technique to prevent overfitting. We set it to 0.2, which means 20% of the neurons will be randomly dropped during training. And the output layer, the final layer, has 10 neurons, one for each class in the Fashion MNIST dataset. And we are using this software activation to output probability for each class. So let me run this model. Now that we have defined our model, we need to compile it. And compiling the set of the model with the optimizer, let me run this. So we are compiling setup with the model with the optimizer loss function and the metrics we want to track during training. So here we are using the Adam optimizer because it's efficient and work well for most problems. The loss function we have chosen is sparse categorical close entropy, since this is a multi-class classification problem, and for the matrix we will track accuracy to see how well the model is performing. Now let's train the model. Let me run this. So with the model compiled, it's time to train the model. We'll train the model on the training set, validate it on the test data, and set the number of epochs to 5 for this demo. So this is the code, and I've already ran this. So training the model will take few minutes depending upon your hardware, but don't worry. The progress bar will let you know how long, how it's going, right? And once the model is trained, it's important to evaluate its performance on the test data to see how well it's generalized, right? So we'll do this easily with the evaluate method. Let me run this. So this will give us the test accuracy, a measure of how well our model performs on a new unseen data. And this is giving is 0.87, which is really good. Now let's make the prediction. So this is the fun part. We are making prediction. Let's test our trained model by predicting the class of a single image. So it's how we do it. Here's the argmax is used, and it is used to get the index of the class with highest probability, and we'll then visualize the image and display the predicted labels. As you can see, it has predicted the first as label 9. If I scroll up above, you can see the first image indeed was a shoe and with the label 9. So yeah, then there is you have it. We have built an image classifier using TensorFlow Sequential API. We trained it on the Fashion MNIST dataset and made prediction on the test data. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it thumbs up and subscribe for more machine learning contents. And leave any questions you have in the comment below. Thank you.